We're going to take a look at some of the accessibility features on the iPad and how they can help all of our students. In particular, we're going to look at spoken content and speak selection, speak screen, and typing feedback. And we're going to look at one at a time so they don't get too confusing for you because they each do different things. All right, let's start with speak selection. To access the spoken content features, go into settings, scroll down to accessibility, tap on spoken content, and we're going to look at speak selection first. So let's toggle this on. You can see that when we toggle on speak selection, highlight content also appears. We'll have a look at that afterwards. So let's look at what speak selection can do. So I'm going to open up a Pages document or a Pages worksheet that I might be giving to my students. So I've got a Rainbows worksheet here, and some of the words in here might be a little bit difficult for some primary school students. We can use our speak selection feature to listen to how words are pronounced and even spelt. So let's double tap on one of the words. Now a banner pops up and one of the options I have is speak. So if I tap on this,
reflection,
it will speak the word for the student. Another thing that you can do, and you might not know that it's here because it's a little bit hidden, but if I tap on the arrow at the end, it gives me the option to spell this.
R-E-F-L-E-C-T-I-O-N.
Now we might not want to only find out how to say the word and spell the word, but also what the word means, and we can use the dictionary to find this out. If I'm not quite sure what this word means, because it could be a hard word when I'm a primary school student, I can tap on it, select it, and tap Define. It will go into the dictionary and give me an explanation of this. If I highlight a whole paragraph and tap Speak, it will read out the whole paragraph for me.
Rainbows are a phenomenon of light reflection, refraction and dispersion, which are often seen after a storm. Sunlight.
If I tap pause, it'll stop reading it out. You can see that it kind of sounds a little bit robotic and it might be a little bit too fast. So let's go back to our settings. You can see you have options of voices, and there's all different voices that you can get. So if you go into the English voice, there are other voices that you can download and see what they sound like and see if one sounds better than another. If you need another language voice, you also have options for many different languages. Tap on the language you need and download a voice for that. At the bottom you can see a speaking rate with a tortoise to make it go slower and a hare to make it go faster. So you can decide and play around with it.
Speak selection reads selected content
and see whether slower or faster is going to work for you. Now, wouldn't it be good while it's reading it out if it could read out per word, or when I was doing the spelling, if it could highlight the actual letters of the word? And it can, and this is where the highlight content comes in. So I'm gonna go to highlight content, and I'm gonna toggle this on. You've got three options to highlight just words, sentences, or words and sentences. And it gives you options for your highlight color. So I'm going to choose just words for the moment. If I go down to highlight colors and word color, I can then choose from blue, yellow, green, pink, or purple. So depending on students' vision, if they need the different colors, they can choose one to help with that contrast. So let's go back to our Pages document and see what happens now when we've got our highlight content on.
Rainbows are a phenomenon of light reflection, refraction and dispersion.
So you can see that it was starting to highlight the words it was reading out. So let's choose one of the words that we think is a little bit hard for students to read or understand. I'm going to select that word, tap the arrow, and after I tap on spell, I'm going to tap off somewhere else on the screen.
D-I-S-P-E-R-S-I-O-N.
And you can see when you've got the highlight content on and just highlight words, when I choose spelling, it highlights each individual character, and that can be really helpful for students. Let's go back to our settings and highlight content and see what happens when I tap on words and sentences. So now I have more options. I've got sentence highlight, I can do an underline or a background color. And I've got word color and sentence color. So you can have two different colors happening at once. What that means is it will highlight my sentence in green, and as it's being read out, each word on that sentence will highlight in blue. So let's try this out and see what it looks like. So I'm going to tap on speak, and as soon as I tap on speak, I'm going to tap somewhere else on the screen.
Rainbows fill the sky with a mix of beautiful bright colors. In order, these colors are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet.
So you can see when I have highlight content on there with words and sentences, the sentence will highlight in green, and then as it reads out each word, it highlights those words in blue. You do have the option to change the colour for both the word and the sentence. And it might be just a matter of you trialling this with students to see what option is better for them. Is it just words? Is it sentences? Is it words and sentences? And then trialling out the different colours and seeing which combination is going to work best for them.